Hello, wonderful people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hope everybody's doing good. Right now, it's about approaching towards 5:30 in the morning, and I'm going to do a list for you. This idea actually is not mine. It's one of my subscribers, my brothers, I think from India, Brother Mehdi. I'm not sure if it's Brother Mehdi or one other brother who told me that basically that, can you do a list of fragrances that you used to hate before, did not like before, and then you changed your mind, you made like 180 degree, not 360, and you have shown quite a few fragrances in recent time, but could you like make a list out of it? I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good fragrance video idea. So this is why I love my fragrance community and my group and my brothers, that when I'm out of ideas or I need like some sort of inspiration or a little bit of direction pointing towards, this is where fragrance community is really lovely for me. So I have put up 15 fragrance plus one honorable mention, because the honorable mention I do not have a full bottle of. Okay, and these are strictly my choices. Always remember this is not absolutely like absolute. Okay, it doesn't mean that I hate it so you will hate it. It doesn't mean that I love it now or like it now that you have to like it. You may still dislike it, you may still like it. It's totally up to you, but I'm giving you my perspective so you have some idea how fragrance taste it changes, and at times how your nose decide to like something other than what you are used to. All right, so those are basic ideas, and some of the fragrances I would say did not make the list because I used to hate them. I still hate them. So hate is a strong word. I don't believe in the word hate, but let's say dislike. Okay, dislike, hate, either one, that I did not find them worthy of full bottle. Now I think they are. Okay, let's hit the list. So I will start. And one other thing, I'm not going to rush this video. Even if it turns a little bit long, I want to actually say the stuff I want to, because rushing actually doesn't give me the satisfaction, because I finish and I miss a lot of points. Okay, so I try to remember all the points. So here we go. So the honorable mention here is that sample that I was talking about. This is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, MFK House, and this is Oud Silk Mood, this perfume here. And as you can see, this is the bottle. That's how that looks like. And one other thing that you can understand, the sample has gone down significant, like half amount already, like 2 ml, 1 ml. I wore it already. So if I do not like a fragrance, you will see my samples full, just like full bottles. The case with this one was I was super hyped with Oud Satin Mood, the Oud itself, and then perhaps Baccarat Rouge, some of the other big hits, and I was big fan of those. So the Oud Satin Mood was the one I really loved. This one, Silk Mood, didn't reach my expectations at first. Even this is a small sample, and I thought this is a pass. I did not like it. And then I wore it in the winter time, and this one did a magic, like absolutely. I could see the silkiness of the fragrance in the cold weather, early morning, it's foggy. That's when this one is a beast. It does last, and it's much more interesting than Oud Satin Mood, because Oud Satin Mood is easy to love. It's sweet, it's oud, but at the same time it's kind of fruity. This one takes some time. The challenge is there, but once you see the beauty of it, damn, this is a nice juice. I think this is one of my top favorite from this house, Oud Silk Mood by MFK. So that's my honorable mention. So now I'm gonna start from 15 and I will go towards number 1. When you see a fragrance, that a good fragrance in number 15, you'll be like, what? The main idea is it's from my list starts from like these are some of the 15, 14. These fragrances I did not hate before, but I did not find them to be like full bottle worthy, but these were okay. So as you go towards number 1, like top 5, top 3, these fragrances were the most challenging. I hope you understand that, right? So when you see a fragrance like it's you love, and you'll be like, oh, why is it here? I'll explain. Number 15, I start with this fragrance, Prada L'Homme. You'll be like, yes, now you'll say like, what, seriously, this fragrance is so nice, so easy, so safe. Yes, that's the reason I hated it for. I mean, not really hate it for, but the fragrance was not cheap. First thing, Prada L'Homme. I do love Prada Amber Purum a lot more than this, I'll be honest. That fragrance lasts longer, much more spicier, much more niche quality and soapy than this. And one of my brother Tanvir Zaman, he told me, he gave me a challenge. I challenge you, you're gonna end up buying this bottle. I said never. In 1 year I didn't buy. So one day, the reason why I bought it, one day I was out of choices. I was like, no choices in the market, nothing else to buy. So I'm like, what else can money buy? Like what else can I buy? I was bored, I need to review something. Then I realized, even after sniffing it a few times, I did not like it at first. Then I realized, everybody talks so highly of it. Let's just take it, let's just use it like a casual usage. Let's just buy this. So I ended up buying, pulling the trigger, and I actually ended up liking this fragrance a lot because it's so easy to wear. The very reason I hated it for before, then I liked it and I got compliments from it. That's another big reason. My girlfriend, she goes like, whatever you're wearing, it smells heavenly. This one smells really good, clean, gentlemanly, and the fragrance doesn't make me sick. It's not baby powder like, and something Prada actually made crowd pleaser. So it's not like I hated it before, I just didn't find the price point and uniqueness to be worthy of it. But then crowd pleasers sometimes are good. And then, since it did not get me any bad attention, so I ended up using it, and this is my second bottle. So Prada L'Homme is a good one. It's not a masterpiece, but I do like it a lot now. Okay, Prada L'Homme number 15. Number 14 is a fragrance I bought it without say sniffing it. I blind bought it because there was no tester. I bought this fragrance back in Malaysia in 2016, seeing Jeremy's hype, and when I wore it, it's like I did not really like as much as its other brothers. This is a flanker of that line, and this particular fragrance didn't even last on me. I did not detect it so much. Perhaps high heat or my like system, olfactory fatigue system. Sorry. So the thing is, it was not my favorite. And then I was like, okay, using it, decanting it, I did not like it. I didn't care for it. Then it got discontinued. And then I was like, yeah, no, still, I don't find it worthy. But then one day, I think it was a bit cloudy or something like that, and I was wearing it. I went to meet a brother, and he was good 15, 20 feet away, and he smelled my perfume. He's like, first thing he asked me, he came to collect some decants. He asked me first thing, what are you wearing? It's projecting like anything, and I'm loving it. Can I have a decant of this? And I'm like, sure. And I went back home. I made a decant for him, and he's like, he called me. He called me like, bro, can I have 20 ml of it? Like usually people buy 5, 10, and he's like, I want to have 20. And that's the fragrance. It's called Acqua. So thing is, yes, that kind of changed my mind on it, and I gave it more chance, and I wore it, and I got good performance out of it now. So basically, it's still not a full-on love, but the fragrance, it's not even you buy it because it got discontinued. Buy it because of the performance. It's very good. Projection is pretty good. Third is it gets like crowd's attention. It's not that it matters to everybody, but I think if you like crowd pleasers and compliment garners, Acqua, it's a good choice. So number 14, Acqua. Number 13 is a fragrance I tried for 2 years, and now it's discontinued and it's very hard to find, but still can be had for very reasonable price. But the day I smelled it, I saw Mark's review first time, and he said he did not like it. It's not conceptually what they were aiming for. And I smelled it. I found it to be very strong and kind of off-putting. So I still found it interesting because it was challenging. I like challenges, but once I go back to the shop, like every time I sniff it and I put it back, like, bro, no. So this fragrance was not selling. So one day I'm like, again, I didn't have anything on mind. I just went to shop to buy something, and I ended up buying this one, Bleue Dissey. My brother Michalis, okay, my Greek brother, he loves this, and he has backup bottles of it. Trust me, guys, if you really want to have one of the best Issey Miyake, buy this fragrance, okay? Try it or get a sample and give it some time. It has the green, blue aspect. It's very aromatic, very beautiful. It's very strong. Moment you smell it, it's very, very aromatic. It's like last 8-10 hours easily on you. So projection performance is great, and the perfume actually is very unique. So the thing is, the bottle is also very beautiful. So Bleue Dissey by Issey Miyake is my next pick. So try this fragrance out. Do not ignore this, okay? After a while, the fragrance is going to be like fetching pretty penny, and it's going to be very hard to find. You don't want to pay like $100 for this one. Get it while it's cheap. All right, Bleue Dissey by Issey Miyake. Next fragrance is one fragrance I bought small bottle of blind buy, and when I sprayed it, I'm like, I did not say, people used to compare this with Chanel Allure or La Nuit de l'Homme. I'm like, where? Savatore Ferragamo F Black. This is my second bottle actually. The first small bottle I finished, and I bought big bottle, decanted a lot of it. But the fragrance, I used it during the winter. This baby is so good. It smells very harsh upon close sniffing because of the lavender and the pepper in this. It's very peppery, and the lavender, it's kind of like harsh. And the fragrance kind of gave me a sweaty sort of vibe. It has kind of like Chanel Allure, Perry Ellis M sort of vibe, but fragrance is very challenging. So I would not recommend you wear it in the high heat. If you're in the AC, definitely wear on 1 to 2 spray good. But winter time, man, this fragrance smells sexy in air, okay? In air, outdoors. And I actually ended up liking it. Still not a full-on love like La Nuit de l'Homme, but this is a good fragrance, to be honest, in budget. So I have cancelled my dislike list, and I put it in okay, you know, I can live with it. So Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. That's my next pick. All right. So number 11, I guess. I don't know. I lost track already. Number 11 is a fragrance. I used to love the flanker of this one. But what happened with this fragrance, I tried it from one brother in 2016 or 17, say. I did not like it. I felt it was very casual because it was having this green peppery note like vetiver. Back then I did not know what's in it, but it just kind of was not my cup of tea. I felt it very casual and I did not buy it. I bought 212 VIP. And you guys know what I'm talking about. This is the originator of 212 VIP. This is the 212 first release. They have 212 Sexy, they have 212 a lot of other flankers. This fragrance, now I have a 200 ml of it. Why? Bangladesh, if you want to use something casually, you really need something that has good performance. If you do not have good performance, nothing is going to last in high heat and humidity. This one fragrance, it doesn't have the most inspiring bottle. It looks kind of simple, but it's a glass bottle with a magnetic top. This one, if you like vetiver, if you like kind of spicy masculine and want to project, this is one beast mode fragrance. Still with the new formulation 212 Men. Now I think it's called 212 Men NYC. You get vintage or this, not much difference to be honest in terms of smell and performance, but this one right here, it's a like for me. I do not love it, but I like this fragrance. I do not dislike it anymore because it has good performance, doesn't get any complaint, and every time, you know, I bring it in my page, people actually, everybody liked it, no one disliked it. So 212 Men by Carolina Herrera. Next, okay, next two are gonna be a little bit controversial because these two are the most beloved fragrance in the community. I love them now, but I did not find them to be very attractive before. Next one is Acqua Profumo. Now I have 180 ml. You would ask why. I bought this when it came out first, 75 ml. It was supremely expensive, $110 for 75 ml. And I like the bottle a lot, but the small bottle, it did not really last in the high heat. So this is not basically a summer perfume for me. It's more like transition between hot and cooler time. So I like it during the winter time a lot. It lasts beast mode, but summertime it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't last. And then I went and bought a 120 or 25 ml. Then that one finished. Then I went for 180 ml. This fragrance is just compliment beast. In a sense, women love this perfume because it smells very confident. It kind of has the spicy edge. It has this darker incensey sort of feel on the top of that Essenza or Acqua di Gio. It's not a daytime wear for me, but if you wear it, it smells darn good on a man. It's a very masculine fragrance. So I do not reach for it every day. I do not love it as much as I love Essenza. But this one right here, next to Essenza, this is my favorite. Okay, so Acqua di Gio Profumo is one fragrance I did not find to be super appealing. Now I think it's great. If not great, it's good. So Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Profumo. Next is perhaps one of the biggest fragrance that I did not find at all interesting. I call pass because it gave me sort of like a metallic feel. I had flu, and I thought pass. No, it's just a money grab, and it's nothing special. And I didn't give it a very positive review. Then I bought it and I saw it, and one day, again, the compliment factors do come in. Someone told me, brother, what are you wearing? It was evening time. It was projecting like anything. It smells so good when it's breezy. And I told him, it's this one. It's Versace Blue. And he goes like, wow, that I did not expect that from this. It smells nicer than Sauvage. He said that to me. He owns Sauvage and he liked this one. He said, can I have a decant? I made him a decant and I gave him, like, instead of 10, I gave him 15 ml. And I bought like a full bottle. I had a smaller 100 ml. Now this is 200. This fragrance has beast mode performance. And the fragrance, if you actually give it some time and if you do not smell it up close, it smells really nice in the air. Perhaps one of the best Versace ever produced, and it's really good with teenagers. So if you are looking for one of the best in Versace house, get Dylan Blue. It's the safest out of the shower, has the ambroxan, and it does project a lot. Okay, so perfect scent for youthful souls. Versace Dylan Blue. Now I like it. I like it a lot. All right, now I think we have 6, 7, 8. Okay, next one. Kenzo Homme. This is used to be known as Kenzo Puram. This is one of the underrated house. You know, I have seen the reviews, and only Mark and few handful other reviewers praise this fragrance house really a lot. But many other reviewers, they don't care for this. They have quite a lot of good fragrances, you know. So when I saw this first time, it was a set. I had a set, like gift set with a shower gel and all that. So when I saw it, I want to sniff it because the bottle looks really awesome. It's like katana, sword, like a holder and stuff. It looks really cool with a built-in atomizer. But upon initial spray, I found it very challenging. I found it alcoholic up top. It felt like too strong, chemical mess. And I'm like, what's this, you know? So I'm like, can you spray it in the paper, on a piece of paper? I brought it home. Then I liked the dry down a lot because I could see the dry down is really nice. So this I think is kind of like the older bottle, not the vintage, but kind of like older batch. The thing is, I decided to buy it, to keep it, see what happens, you know. I bought it, I did not wear it so much. So one time, I think it was again like a rainy day or something, I went for 2 sprays with this, okay, 2 sprays of this, I went out. And then on my shirt, not on my skin. When I went out, I saw how much it lasts. Again, that performance came in. And then I liked the dry down a lot. It was very uplifting. It's kind of like a natural, different, unique kind of a fragrance like Le Bleu Dissey or something like Bulgari Acqua or Acqua di Gio. If you love those, definitely this one you have to try. Base mode push, all right? And the price is not very expensive. So Kenzo Homme is my next pick. Next one. This is a very popular, inexpensive fragrance. I like it and love it in winter, but I do not wear this in high heat. This is Dan Norton's baby. He loves this a lot, and many other fragrance lovers who like the house of Jacques Bogart and you like Powerhouse. This fragrance, I did not like it at first. It smells very, like for the first time, if you sniff it, it might come off as very powdery and synthetic. But more and more you wear it, the dry down is so sexy. I had the bottle and I started loving it from the winter time. So my suggestion is do not wear this in the high heat. If you want to smell really project a lot, you can, but best time is winter. The fragrance called Bogart Puram. Okay, this is very, very expensive. You can have it under $20 sometimes, you know. Nice little bottle, very, very interesting with the built-in atomizer. This has a cherry tobacco kind of a feel, kind of powdery, and it's very strong, very masculine, has old school vibe. So I did not care for it before, but I like it now. So Bogart Puram is my next pick. Now talking about Powerhouse, next is Powerhouse as well. This fragrance, I smelled it from my friend's dad. He had a collection, and then I sprayed it. I'm like, oh, it smells like so old man like. It's so strong, and the fragrance is, I just hated it at first. And the fragrance, it did last, but I did not like the fragrance, so I did not care for it. So the fragrance called Aramis For Men. Why do I have it now? Because perhaps my taste changed, and I do like Powerhouse, I do like old school, and this one has a lot of elements. It got that animalic feel. It has that, I think, tobacco. I think I forgot the notes. Maybe the leather, a lot of spices. It's a very spicy, masculine fragrance, and it has an up top nice lemon mixed with the spice. So I fell in love with it just one day, just like that. Okay, and I sprayed in one shop during winter on my hand. I loved on the dry down. So the fragrance I used to hate before, now I actually love. Aramis For Men. This is one fragrance I love. All right. So we have now 5 left. Top 5. These are fragrances I would never recommend blind buying. I would never recommend hating it or passing on it without testing further. These 5 fragrances you need a lot of patience, and I believe a lot of people will agree with me. This fragrance doesn't. These ones do not smell absolute like a masterpiece in the beginning. Okay, but if you give them time, they show their magic. All right. So number 5, I'll start with this one. Hugely hyped fragrance. They say it's a masterpiece of Jean-Claude Elena. And this fragrance has the beast mode, it has the earthy orange, and this fragrance has the vetiver. It's like absolute masterpiece. I sprayed this Terre D'Hermes and I saw it was very expensive in Malaysia. So I was not ready to pour my 120 bucks, 100 ml for 100 ml on this one and blind buying it. No way. My money was precious. I mean, it was important. My money was important? No. My money was actually limited. That's the right term. And I was like, I came back to Bangladesh. I'm like, I didn't care for it. I did not sniff it. I did not care for it because it's expensive. One day, one of the shops, I did try it, did not like it. I found a clone, liked it. Then I found another clone, liked it. Check out my reviews on Terre D'Hermes clones. They're all good. And the thing is, after wearing the clones for about 1 year, then I saw that I actually like the DNA. I like the powdery sort of earthy, vetiver, orange DNA. This is why the fragrance, I wanted to give it a try. After 1 year when I tried this, it blew me away because it's so good. Compared to this, the clones do not come close because that up top, this one has a lot more going on. but this is definitely one of the most challenging, one of the most hard to grasp fragrance, especially for young nose, young souls. So I would never recommend blind buying Terre D'Hermes, but once you see the beauty of this house, you'll fall in love with it. It's that beast mode performer as well. All year round you can wear it. 12 months. Damn good fragrance, but definitely one of the most challenging ones as well. Terre D'Hermes from House of Hermes. Now number 4, 3, 2 and 1 was the most difficult for me to put. Okay, these 4 I did not know which one is number 1, which one is most challenging, which one is less challenging, but I did test them for a long time, then I bought it. Number 4, Amouage Lyric Man. This is one of the best fresh rose scent in the community, and it's really loved by everybody except 1 or 2. When I smelled it for the first time, I smelled really feminine vibe from this and did not like it. It smelled like rose gone bad, and I did not become like a patient because this fragrance is expensive. So what happened was that one winter I did not like it. Next winter, 2018, I borrowed it from my brother. I reviewed it, and I was wearing it outside. The dry down was heavenly. The opening, I still do not find it to be absolute masterpiece, but the dry down of this fragrance is so beautiful. So definitely give it a try. Amouage Lyric Man. It's hard to understand, hard to love, but once you fall in love, you really love it. I love Lyric Man now. Okay, number 4, Lyric Man by Amouage. Next, number 3, one of the fragrance I did not like at all. Then I tested it for almost 2 years or so, and then one day I sprayed on paper and I went to Perfume World. I sprayed on my hand, and I brought it back. My hand, I was doing something in the computer, and the AC was on. The thing is, something hit me after 3 hours, and I loved it. I'm like, what am I wearing? I forgot. And then I realized it was this fragrance, Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Fun fact, this is the Creed's top seller. This fragrance, if you do not know, Creed sells this more than Aventus or any other fragrance for that fact. Silver Mountain Water has that kind of like a metallic sort of feel, floral, and it has like a lot of florals, and it's kind of off-putting at first. Okay, if you did try Enteba, Rasasi, was that one? We Someday, I'll Rehab Silver, this fragrance, or Lavender Blanche, you would have some idea what this one smells like. But the fragrance itself is a masterpiece, but it's not for everybody. It's a very daring perfume, but wear this in a cooler month. It has a tea note somewhere, and take, like, if you go hiking or mountain climbing, just go up there and use this. You'll see in the middle of cloud, this fragrance will bring out the best of the Creed DNA. So this is perhaps one controversial one, but I actually love it now. Creed's Silver Mountain Water, number 3. Number 2, this is a gift. I don't have the full bottle, but I have to put this in a list because this fragrance I used to hate before. It used to get me sick in my stomach. You know, I used to feel like choking or throwing up. And this is one fragrance I did not like from Tom Ford House. Last winter, I met brother Ananda Mustafiz. He brought me this sample and he gifted me this one. After trying it in the cold weather for 2-3 days, I could see the richness of it, and I actually came back and fell in love with it. So from hate to love. Tobacco Vanille, this is a vintage batch. This is all thanks to brother Ananda Mustafiz for making me fall in love with this perfume. Okay, Tom Ford is such a masterclass. I love a lot of their fragrance. Some of the fragrance I cannot still wear it, but I respect what they do. Tobacco Vanille, if you are looking for a cold weather fragrance and you like tobacco, vanilla kind of spices, and you like cinnamon, this is definitely for you. It's just so rich. You just need a couple of sprays to make it last whole night. Just do not smell it up close. Just let it do its magic in the air, right? Tobacco Vanille, number 2, I used to hate, now I love. Leads me to number 1. This fragrance perhaps is one of the fragrances I really hated. I mean, like, this fragrance I really hated. I had bought a bottle of it by mistake, accidentally, and I sold it immediately because it was not my cup of tea. Now, after going through 3 to 4 years of fragrance journey, I actually fell in love with this perfume, and it's the complexity, as the beauty of it. You out there, if you do not know this fragrance and you smell it and do not like it, get a sample of it from somewhere and keep wearing it every few months. If you fall in love with it, you'll come and thank me later. This is perhaps Cartier's most underrated juice. This is called Declaration or Declaration. They have Declaration Don't Swore, which is a masterpiece. I love it, the rose-based scent. But this one, it got the spices. It has so much spicy and woody kind of notes in it, and it's not for everybody. It's really a fragrance masterpiece of its own. It's like a 10 in very different angles. Okay, it has that performance. First thing, performance is beast mode. Longevity, projection, beast mode. Second thing is the complexity, what it offers you. You may not like it, but you'll see slowly the phases of it. It's not just a boring blah, typical mall kind of designer release. This fragrance actually is a beauty. Jean-Claude Arina's reason. After this, someone told me if this was never built, Terre D'Hermes would never get to see the daylight in the world. Okay, because of this, this one exists. So I do agree. Of course, both are masterpieces, but Cartier Declaration, definitely give it a try. I am in, like, I would say this is the most challenging and most surprising fragrance for me that I actually never thought I would love, and I love it now. Cartier Declaration. That's my number one for the fragrances that I used to hate or dislike before, but now I like or love. So do let me know how you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for the long video, but if I did not explain, then you would not get the full picture. Everybody have a nice day. I'll see you soon. If you do watch the video, do let me know in my group or the comment what do you think of these fragrances. I'll see you soon. Good night. No, not good night. Oh yeah, have a nice day or good night wherever you are. See you soon. Bye bye.